hello everyone on YouTube there. Just going to set myself up here on Facebook Live as well now. Hope you're having a nice day. Very sunny here where I am in Dublin anyway. Just set myself up. Done. And we'll be starting maybe just 2 minutes there to everyone on YouTube. So I just have to get the Facebook on my phone here now. Charging machine. Okay. Just test it, we can see everything there. Should be able to see that. Perfect. Betty, hi, how are you? Welcome along. As ever, I'm just going to give maybe just a minute there. I know everyone just tunes in and to find the link and everything, so I'll just give it a minute there before we start. See, we have Tracy, Marion, Gabrielle, very welcome. Netta, very welcome along. And to anyone who isn't watching live, so if you're watching this later in the day, you can fast forward maybe 1 minute and we'll be in the middle of our warm-up then. So I know we have people tuned in from Spain, America, different places, so do appreciate if you're not watching live, just fast forward a minute and I'll have begun the workout. Patricia, Jean, and apologies if I missed anyone there. Bray, hope stay nice and sunny in Bray as well. So just before we get started, my name is Shane. I'm the trainer in South Dublin. And just to give you a reminder, we're doing a competition all this week where we just ask, this is to launch our one-to-one sessions, which we're doing online now. So all we ask is that you take a selfie of yourself, maybe just after the workout, and leave it in the comments. And that puts you in a draw to win a one-to-one session. And that's with a trainer of your choice. So the way we would do that is via Zoom or WhatsApp. You would just win a free session. So that's just to launch our home sessions. And again, you can leave that in the comment section, maybe after the workout. We can do it throughout the week. So you don't have to do it right now. You can do it in any of the sessions during this week. So let's get straight into it with a little bit of movement. Mary O'Toole, great to have you with us again. Hope Austin's keeping well. Tracy Murray, very welcome along everyone. Okay, so let's just get straight in with a little bit of movement. They always say this will be nice and gentle, and then I go very intense. So I promise I'll try not to get too excited. I'll just keep the movements nice and relaxed today. So let's begin by lifting the shoulders up and rolling back. So this is a nice relaxing movement. Just checking in on YouTube. Mary Clark, very welcome along. Mary Clark there, very well, great to have you with us on YouTube. So just slowly lift the shoulders up and roll back. So as I said, I promise I will do my best to keep this nice and gentle, but hopefully interesting as well. Now roll your shoulders forward. So I think back, up, forward and down. So back, up, forward, down, just breaking it down nice and slow. So really it's kind of how you do the movement. I could do this really fast without feeling very much. If I just take the time to slow the movement right down, it'll just feel a little bit nicer. Next, if I bring my hands together, I'm just going to lift the elbows up. I want to slowly turn my body to the right and left. So I think kind of the upper part of my back, I'm just getting a little bit of a rotation here. So just we can get these kind of legs pains, a little bit of stiffness in the back. So I always like to just switch on the back before going into anything more vigorous in terms of movement. So just a nice slow rotation. And I just think the upper part of my back switched on. Now, if I just relax the arms down, hands together, and I'll begin rotation or turning again. So now I think lower down the back, which is why the hands are kind of resting now. The arms are low. So I might feel a little rotation, a little bit lower down the back now. And again, this is just very gentle, just to kind of loosen out, a little stretch in the back. And go nice and controlled on this one. Perfect, okay. And just check how we're all getting on there. Afternoon, Alison, Breda, very welcome. Okay, so just to kind of reset ourselves, nice and tall in the chair. Just make sure we're not kind of slouched forward. Just think straighten up, nice and tall. And we're going to move down to our legs. Just very simple. Straighten the legs out, little leg extension. So again, I'll try and keep the movements nice and slow today. And as ever with these sessions, I like to go quite high with the repetitions. Just that you try and get a bit of a connection with the movements. So if I go slow and do a lot of reps with this leg extension, I should feel the leg a little bit more. If I did this very fast and I only did 4 or 5 aside, I just wouldn't get much feeling, much connection in the leg. So hopefully by the end of this session, if you just feel you've got nice blood flow around the body, just kind of warmed yourself up and just got some nice movements, then we'll be happy with that. So let's just continue on. Another few leg extensions. So I'm not going to think too much about them, particularly on the warm-up. The goal is really just movements. We'll not kind of focus on technique or worry too much just yet, just extending the legs. Now, from there, I'll go into a march and then just again, keeping that upper body lengthened so I'm not folding forward. So just a nice march, lifting the knees up. And again, this is warm up. This is just about movements. I'm not going to really worry too much about how high I lift up, just to keep it all nice and controlled. Okay, so again, just continue your march there, just keeping an eye on the comments. Nikki O'Reilly, great to have you with us. Matt and Breed, brilliant, from Milltown. Great to have you with us. So I'm just watching YouTube and Facebook. Great to hear you enjoying the class. I'm delighted to have you with us. Yeah, Milltown, lovely out in Milltown, actually. Nice part of the world. Now, let's just go down to the ankles. I think it's always a good idea just to get a little bit of movement in the ankles. If we think about it, like we're going to walk, move around the house, out in the garden, always want to keep these ankles active and loose. So let's just slowly roll around in circles. And I can even just hold on to the knee here. As I always say to myself, I like to go slow with this action. Again, it's very easy to do these ankle circles really fast and not really get any connection, not really loosen out anything. If I take my time and just slow this action right down, it should just feel a little bit better. And as I say, I just want to keep that ankle kind of nice and supple, mobile and moving. Reverse back the other way. And these are the little things, maybe when we're not moving, we're not getting out as much as we can. It's just little things like the ankle that could get a little bit stiff, a little bit tight, maybe go over on the ankle. So let's just give a little bit of attention to the ankle, keep it mobile, keep it strong, keep it moving. And I'm going to swap sides. Left foot up. And again, I can just hold on to the knee just to keep my position steady. I'm just going to slowly go around in circles. I always say, can I do this 5 seconds? It's actually really hard to slow it down. I'm probably going faster, but I'm trying to slow down as much as I can, just so that I don't kind of aimlessly swing the foot around. Just keep it slow, drawing a nice big circle. back the other way. And you will hear clicks and cracks, particularly with this movement. Just a little bit of tightness. Natural, you would expect that. It's nothing to worry about. We'll get those couple of clicks and cracks here. Slowly around. And down. Perfect. So that's our warm-up complete. All okay there. Good stuff. So we'll continue on into our movements. Again, not go anything too vigorous, but we'll have kind of little bursts of movement, but nothing too intense. So again, let's just reset ourselves, straighten up. So this position isn't kind of tight in, I'm kind of lengthened out. Okay, nice and tall. Hands up, so mine face the camera. And I just press forward. And you'll see I like to keep the hands in line with my chest. So just so you can see there, I'm not lowering down. So if you line with your belly button, we're just trying to keep them in line with chest. Just a nice smooth press out from your chest. So as I say, the goal today, just to kind of switch on different parts of the body. Might feel chest, arms, shoulders on this one. So just keep going. Quite high with the reps. Slow, steady movements, but getting a nice connection. I'm just going to go for 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Next, we will curl the arms. So what I want to do is clench the hands. It's going to come up the camera. Clench the hands, elbows in. I'm just going to curl up and down in that action. So normally I'd have the hands, the palms turned up, but today I'm just going to keep them by their side. This is called like a hammer grip. Imagine you're holding a hammer in your hands. You just hold it by your sides. Or if you're holding a suitcase, you just hold it with your hands by your sides. And that's the action I want. And again, just going to go quite high with the number of reps we do. And the goal is just to get a little squeeze, a little connection in the arm. So let's continue on. Quite high with the reps. We'll go for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Next one, shoulders. What I'm going to do is put one hand on top of the other. Keep the arms nice and straight and my body is nice and tall. I just want to lift in front. Now I just keep one hand on top of the other. So you could find this maybe even if there was a weaker side, the hand that's underneath can give a little bit of help to the opposite arm. But again, those arms won't go above shoulder height, so I don't need to go any higher. But I am just taking care to keep the arms roughly as straight as I can here. We'll get another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And back down. Perfect. Now, I think we'll get another upper body just while we're in this position. So let's again just think about straightening ourselves up nice and tall. And I'm just going to do another shoulder movement. Specifically, we're going to think about the back of our shoulders here. So I'm going to show you this one, and I might just jump around, demo from a couple of positions. Arms out, clench the hands together, and then open the arms by your sides. I'm just kind of mindful of the camera there, get as much as I can in. So you'll see the hands in front, pull back by your sides. I'm just going to show you from different angles. Arms in front, pull back by your side. If I can keep those hands roughly at shoulder level, that's great. And what I'm trying to do is get a little squeeze in the back of my shoulders, or even just between your shoulder blades here. And we'll just slowly pull back. We'll just get 5 more of these. And 4, so just in the back of your body here. 3, 2, 1, and rest down. Perfect. So that's a good little block of upper body work. Just let me know or hit a few likes there if that's all okay so far. Again, hopefully the tempo is okay there. Nothing too fast, as I say. Just trying to get connections with the body and hopefully feel everything Sandy for not too far from myself there, Kate. Good stuff. We're having a great day around here, aren't we? Lovely sunshine. So let's go to our lower body. I'm going to lift my right foot up. And what I want to do is just gently push forward in circles. Okay, so we always like to get lots of movement from our hip in these sessions. So I always say, think the rest of your body is a statue. It doesn't move. All that moves is your right leg from the hip. So just kind of isolate the movement. And it looks really easy to start. After a couple of seconds, it starts to get a little bit tiring. So let's just keep going, pushing forward in circles. Kind of resist the urge to go too fast. Just keep this nice and gentle for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Take a few seconds. Left leg, foot up. Okay, again, straighten ourselves up and forward in circles. So again, I'm going to go for quite a good length of time here. I'm not really setting a time. This could be anywhere 20, 30 seconds. Just gently pushing forward in circles, keeping foot up off the floor. And again, I think the rest of your body is a statue here. Just from that left hip, your left leg, pushing forward in circles. Okay, so again, starts easy, gets a lot tougher as we go. We'll finish for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Perfect. Really good. So just take a little kind of jig there. Just kind of get the legs flowing after that. They might feel a bit tight, stiff around the hips. Just a little dig, shake the legs out. Okay. So I'm going to work the top of the legs again, our thighs, and the hips another little bit here. So for this one, just make sure you feel comfortable in your chair. Have a little bit of support. You can hold on to the side or the arms of your chair. Bring the feet up, so legs out. And I'm just going to go for a swimming action where I just kick the legs up and down. The key is just to keep the legs straight and just think up, down. Just a small little kick up and down. I'm just going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down. Very simple but effective way. It's just like a little pulse of the leg. So you might feel the thighs and also your hips are kind of working to keep those legs up. So let's try that action one more time. Very simple one if you're just at home watching TV. Just want to get the legs moving a little bit. If they feel a bit stiff before you want to go and do something, just to kind of wake the legs up a little bit, just get a little blood flow. Let's go for 10, 9, up and down, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back down. Perfect. Okay, so hopefully that's all okay so far. And what I'm going to do is just some of my inner outer thigh squeezes next. These can be feel quite nice, and you can kind of regulate how hard you want to go with these. So set up for this. Walk your 2 feet together. So your 2 feet together, knees in towards each other as well. And I place the hands outside of my knees. So what I want to imagine is pressing my legs out against the hands. So imagine I want to push these knees apart, but my hands resist and don't let them. So you put up like a 50-50 fight. And if you feel a little bit of a squeeze, so we'll just try that out. Feet together, knees together. Hands by your sides on the knees. And push your knees, imagine, away from each other. And your hands resist. So you can make this as hard or as light as you want. I could kind of go light and let the knees open a little bit. But I try and keep it 50-50. And I'm just pushing against my hands. Trying not to let the knees open. And then I'll relax. I'll try from the opposite. So now if I put hands, inner knees, so inside. And now I want to imagine pushing the knees apart, but the knees try and close in. So again, let's try that out. So the knees trying to push together, the hands trying to push them apart. And now I might just feel a little stretch on that inner thigh. And I'll make this as hard or as light as I want. Just hold and rest. Okay, hopefully that's okay. I'm always kind of conscious on camera like how these look. I'll just come a little bit closer just so you can see that again. And all my feet are out of shot here, but feet together, knees together, hands side of your knees, and just try and push apart. Just keep it simple. Just think push apart, hands resist. But again, I don't need to make this really, really strenuous. Just you feel a little bit of a fight between the two. Last couple of seconds and rest. Now, feet still together, hands inside, so inner thigh, like inside my knees. And my hands try and push the knees apart and the knees resist. So inner thigh might feel a little stretch here. Nice little fight between the two. And then I rest. Okay, so we'll just sit back a little bit there. Hope that one's okay. Now, just to kind of give a little rest, that was a good little block on the lower body, the upper body. Just going to break down and do another couple on the upper body again, actually nice slow ones here. So what I want to do is fold the arms, okay? And what I want to do is go around in a full circle here. So just lift up, around in a circle. So you keep the arms folded and think of your elbows lifting up, drawing a nice circle. So I actually watched this in James's video. I can't remember what day it was, but he did a nice little mobility stretch session. And I just found this movement really enjoyable myself. So just going to include this in our session. So this is really just a nice little way, just loosen out shoulders a little bit. Keep the arms folded. I think just going around in a nice slow circle. So think not like a dishwasher that goes really, really fast. A washing machine even. But think really slow and steady. Dishwasher, that was very stupid of me. So just keep this really slow and around. Let's just pause, just relax the arms fully. Take a few seconds. Lift in front again. And now lift in the opposite direction. So your arms stay folded. And you just think of those elbows just kind of drawing a big circle. And that just leads the shoulders around. So again, just drawing a nice big circle. And I'm keeping this slow. Kind of trying not to talk too much on this one, because I'm just kind of trying to feel the movement around the shoulders. Just explore this one. Work in a range that feels comfortable. Some of us might need to stay quite small with the circles, and some of us can kind of slowly open out, get a bit wider. Really just listen to your body, listen to your shoulders, whatever feels right and good to you. And back down. Excellent. So hopefully that one felt okay. I'm going to do next, just check everything's okay. It gives us a little break. And Connolly, great to have you with us. Christine, Breda, Francis. Yeah, lovely day out, isn't it? So I'll not keep you too long until we get back out in the sun. We'll do another couple of movements. So what we'll go next with, we'll do another little bit on the hip. No harm actually. So I'm going to straighten my right leg out. And what I want to do is keep the rest of my body fixed. And just open that leg out. I'm going to keep this very simple. Leg is straight, opens to the side. And again, I will take as much support, whether that's my back taking support from the back of the chair and holding on to the arms or the side of your chair. And just gently open that leg out. Again, if I was to go really fast, really vigorous, this might feel a bit tight and sore. If I just go slowly, I'll just slowly open out from that hip. And hopefully it won't feel too hard. Let's go for number 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, so very simple movement, but it does get quite tiring. There might feel a little bit of kind of fatigue on that hip. Left leg out, nice and straight. Again, take as much support. So lean back, take whatever support that feels comfortable to you, and lift the leg to the sides. So again, very simple, side to side. And again, part of the challenge is to keep this slow. It's natural to zigzag in out, but I just keep this leg straight slowly open out. And the rest of my body doesn't turn with the movement. So it's all fixed in place. And I just open out from my hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And back down. Perfect. Now, next, we're just going to go back up to the upper body. So again, let's just kind of straighten ourselves. Normally when I'm in a class, I like to jump up, hop around, so it kind of keeps me straight. But I notice when I'm doing more of the seated gym, I kind of tend to just naturally slouch down a little bit. So I always just kind of reset myself nice and tall and just kind of feeling good in that position. So what I want to do next is bring the arms out. A little bit out of shot there. The arms, hopefully you can see it. Arms out. Hopefully you can see the thumbs are pointed up. So thumbs up. And just gently rotate thumbs down. Thumbs up. So this is a movement of the shoulders. So shoulders so important for all the work we do. Like in some of those 11 o'clock sessions when we use weights. Sometimes there's overhead movements. But if you find kind of shoulder movements difficult, particularly with weight, little movements like this can be really good. So you're just trying to get a little bit of movement, a little mobility in the shoulders. And just simple things like this exercise can be really nice. I'm just going to do is rest down. Even you might have found that quite difficult. So what I would do is place my left hand on my chest, my right arm out, and I'll just do the one side. Thumb up, thumb down. Now, the thumb isn't that important here. It's really just a visual cue to me that I can see the arm rotates from the shoulder. And I just know by that thumb action, I'm getting a nice slow rotation. Again, people will always have shoulder pains, difficulties. Keep this movement slow. Just avoid a sharp, sudden twist and just open as far as comfortable. Rest down. Let's just try break it down on the left. So hand on my chest, it just keeps me steady. Left arm out, thumb up. And I rotate, thumb down, thumb up. And I'm no faster than that. Just avoid a sudden sharp twist. Even if I can't fully turn the thumb up, even if I can't fully rotate down, I just stay in a range that my shoulder is comfortable with. So I don't need to kind of force it. Just stay in a range that feels good. And again, the thumb just gives me a visual cue that I'm getting a little bit of rotation. Thumb up, thumb down, thumb up, and down. And we'll get one more, up, and down, and rest back. So I think after that one, let's just do a gentle little shrug right up, left shoulder up. So we'll just continue, little shrug up and down, and I'll just keep an eye on everyone there. Phyllis Brennan, great to have you with us. Marie Lauder as well, great to have you with us. Okay, a little shrug of the shoulder, one at a time. Up, down. Okay, and now I think what we'll do is one or two kind of pull back rowing movements. So, as I say, with these kind of sessions, what I like to do anyway is just to get us to connect with all the different parts. And as I say, we've done like work on the our thighs, arms, front of the shoulders, but so important we don't neglect the back of our body. You look at the camera, you just see me, so it's easier to just show front movements, but we know our back is so important, so not to neglect the back of our body. So if I show you from the side, what I do here is I just bring the arms out, clench the hands together, and just pull back. So keep the hands at chest level, and my focus is on pulling back. So I get a nice little squeeze between shoulder blades. I'm just going to show you that from different angles. Rowing. So I think your action is pulling. Imagine there's a bar in front, you grab hold, pull back. So that's your action. And again, just to show you from behind, rowing, pulling back. That's my action. And I get a nice little squeeze between shoulder blades. And again, keep this light. And I don't want to pull back too vigorous, too harshly here. I'll just finish out with 5 more in my chair. You can see I'm nice and tall for 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest down. Take a few seconds. Okay. And I always like to balance by kind of rowing up high. So I was feeling kind of back of my shoulders, up high in the back with a low pull. So now turn the hands to face up, clench. And again, action is rowing, pulling back. Think of those elbows coming back. Again, worth maybe just showing from behind. Elbows in, a little squeeze. And again, nothing too vigorous. I'm not going to pull back too harshly. Just slowly bringing those elbows in. Just getting a little bit of connection with the back of my body. I'm not too worried about the squeeze or anything. I just want to get a little bit of connection with the back of my body. Just not to forget about it, just to keep it switched on and just get a little bit of feeling. For 5, 4, and you'll see I'm forward in the chair, so I'm not restricted by the back of it. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Okay. Well done. So hopefully all okay there still. Again, just let me know that that's all good. So I'm going to do another one moving down to the lower body. And I'm just going to try and keep all these nice and slow at this pace. Feels good to me as well, just to kind of slow things down, keep it nice and relaxed. What we will do is bring legs out. So feet elevated up off the floor. Hold on to the chair for a little bit of support if you like. And swap one foot on top of the other. So one foot on top of the other. And we're doing this elevated. If it was too difficult, we could just do this with our heels on the ground. Okay. So everyone could feel different things here, whether that was your hips, just keeping the legs stable, your thighs might feel them as well. So different little things, even a little pull on the hamstring might feel here. So let's just keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest down, take a few seconds. And do another little ankle movement. Bring your feet up again. Feet together. And try and point the toes right and then to the left. So can you kind of stop the rest of your body from moving? Naturally, you kind of want to twist your body, but you're trying to isolate. So nothing moves. Think that statue position. The only movement is from my ankles, turning the feet left and right, side to side. This is harder than it looks. Even if you're only getting a tiny little movement, that's absolutely fine. Okay. And rest down. Take a few seconds. I'm going to give you another little challenge along those lines. And again, not as easy maybe as it looks. Feet up. Now I want you to try and lead the movement through your heels. So think about pointing the heels to the right, pointing the heels left, right and left. Okay? And even though the movement is in your ankles, you might feel this all the way right up to your hips. That everything is connected, everything is helping. My hips are keeping the legs straightened. Okay? Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest down. Not easy at all, that one, okay? Hopefully it was all right. Just going to take a nice light one after that with the wrists. So show the camera. Clench the hands together and just slowly rotate the wrists around in circles. Sometimes nice, as I say, always just to not neglect these kind of smaller parts of the body, your ankles, your wrists. They play such an important part to everything we do throughout the day, lifting things, carrying things, walking, stepping, all these little things. So it's because it's good to give them a little bit of attention and care as well. Change direction with those circles, slowly around. And again, I'm not too worried. All I want to do is just keep the arms straight and just get a little rotation from the wrists. I know from experience in classes, the arms might move a little bit. That's nothing to worry about. It can be hard to kind of isolate just from the wrist, but that's okay. Whatever movement we can here. Back down. Perfect. Now, we'll do next a little front hold and rotation, I think. So, yeah. What I'm going to do is bring the hands together. Okay, set ourselves nice and tall. Hands together. Just open a little bit of space between the legs. Drop the arms down. And then raise up as high as comfortable. Now, again, I want to go slow between the two positions. So this isn't about rapidly swinging the arms. This is a controlled, slowly bend forward, slowly raise up. So you're just going between two positions. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of movement in the back, but very slowly. So again, I don't want to kind of sharply raise up. I'll just keep this nice and slow. As I'll get 3 more. Just lift the arms up. See, it's getting a little kind of tilt from the hips. 2. And once more. Up and back down. Rest the arms. Perfect. Okay. So next we will do, I think again, a little bit of kind of side to side. So just open, check we have a little bit of space there to our sides. Nice and tall. I'm going to bring the arms out. This might be a little bit difficult, but I want to see how we find it. This is about a bit of control from your hips. So I keep my position fixed. I tilt to the right and I tilt to the left. Okay? So I just go side to side. So you'll see my lower part of my body is fixed. My feet are pressed into the ground. My hips are kind of, my bum is in position in the chair. And I just tilt my upper body to the right and left. A little tilt side to side. So a lot of control from the hips up. Not as easy again as it might look. You might find that you're lifting here, which is what we're trying to avoid. So keep the position steady and just tilt side to side. 3, 2, 1. And back down. Perfect. Now from that one, we'll just go a little bit more straightforward with a lateral raise. So a nice shoulder movement. And I'm going to alternate this today, just kind of in keeping with keeping everything a little bit lighter. So arms by your side, clench the hands. Just make sure if there's arms on the chair that you've lifted the arms outside. So lift the right arm, lift the left arm. Hand no higher than shoulder level. And sometimes just isolating a movement like one side at a time can be a really good way just to kind of test the range out. If you find lifting your 2 arms together, maybe one side is a little bit stronger, this will kind of highlight that difference. A lot of times, maybe if someone had shoulder surgery or an injury years ago, one side will be impaired, and that's absolutely fine. It doesn't mean you have to be able to get the 2 sides to the same level. One side might just have a bit of kind of impairment, and you don't have to force it. So you just work with the range that each side gives you at the moment. And with a little bit of practice, might steadily get better. So we're just going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then staying with the shoulders, I'm going to do a little rotation, a little arm circle. So I'm going to bring my right arm out, clench the hands, hand on chest, keep the body steady. And I'm going to roll backwards in circles. So worth showing you this from the side. You can see I'm just getting a nice, slow, steady circle. Now, I'll always start small with that action, just see how it feels. And if you feel comfortable, you can start to go a little bit further with those circles. But keep it slow, steady and in control. And then change direction, so back the opposite way. And again, the rest of my body is fixed. That's why I like to keep the hand on my chest. Just make sure I'm steady. I'm not swaying the body at all. 3, 2, 1. Rest down. Yeah. Opposite side. So again, right hand is on my chest. My left arm is out. Clench the hands. And slowly roll backwards. Again, the arm is straight by my side. And I just slowly roll backwards. So just get that nice shoulder circle. Keeping the arm straight. And nothing too vigorous. Small little circles first. You can go a little bit wider if you start to feel comfortable with it. Change direction, keep the arm straight. Excellent, and again that body is fixed, and the movement just from that shoulder, from there 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest down. Perfect. Okay, so we'll do our final movements. As I say, I like to keep these sessions a little bit shorter, just a little bit more relaxed than our 11 o'clock session. So maybe 1 or 2 movements, and then we'll begin our stretch and cool down. So I'm going to do another little hip kind of pendulum movement. I like to do this one a lot for myself. So what I want to do is lift the knee up and place your 2 hands on the knee. I've kind of been experimenting with this one, so trying to find ways to make it work better for you at home. So keep your 2 hands on the knee and just tilt side to side. Now you'll see how this really isn't a very big range, but I just tilt side to side, with my knee as the anchor point, which I hold with my hands, and I just gently sway side to side. And what ultimately I'm trying to achieve is just get a little bit of movement connection with my hip. So it might feel a bit tight and stiff to perform, but might feel a little bit looser and better afterwards, which is what I want. So just continue. Your knee is the anchor point, and you can just kind of judge with your foot that the leg sways slowly side to side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. I'm going to go for the opposite side again. Just make sure the feet not together, separate, give a little bit of space. Left knee up, you can hold on to the knee and just gently tilt side to side. So your knee is the anchor point, and it just allows that little rotation of the lower part. So your foot goes side to side. But again, it's your hip holds all the power here. Your hip is what kind of controls all the movement. I just gently tilt side to side for 5. As I lift out, I won't get far at all. 4, 3, barely outside the leg of that chair. 2, 1, back down. Perfect. Okay. So hopefully you found that one okay. I'd like to do a lot of work on the hips, even if some of them feel a little bit difficult to do. Hopefully you will just feel a little bit more mobile and flexible after the session. So let's take a couple of stretches, relaxing ourselves down. So sit forward in your chair. Lift your right foot out on the heel of your foot. So you can all see. Lift the leg up, hold position. So hold that position out straight. Okay. And then lift out to the sides and rest the foot down. Just hold. So I'm just bringing it kind of through a few parts. Up and in, hold. And then back down. So let's do that on the same leg again. Straighten the leg out, hold position. Lift the leg out to the sides. And then lower down, but still out in that wide position. Lift the leg up. Pull in. And rest down. Okay. Opposite leg. Let's try that again now. So left leg is up. I hold. A couple of seconds. Hold on to the chair. Tilt. Take a bit of support. Lift to the side. And lower down. So you might feel that hip active. Leg up. Back in. And down. Once more. Straighten the leg out. Mach begin tape, so out to the side. Agus a rashes shock, back in. And down. Okay, very good. Next, I'm going to bring hands on legs and just gently stretch down. So hands towards feet. Hold position, stay here for a couple of seconds, just kind of taking pressure off the upper body. And then straighten back up. So again, just lower down, hands towards feet, hold for a couple of seconds, and straighten back up. And once more, just stretch down, hands towards feet, hold position, and back up. Perfect. We'll bring the hands to face each other in front, arms straight out. So to show you that, arms are out lengthened. Pull back, hold position. So I've opened the arms, nice little squeeze between shoulder blades, and I've opened out that chest. Relax in. So let's try that once more. Hands face each other, arms open nice and wide, chest opens out, hold position, and relax back down. Perfect. Very slow, always worth just giving a little bit extra to the shoulders. So let's just do really slow, nice shoulder circles. So forward, up, back, and down. Reset. Forward, up, back, and down. Just going to show you that from the side. Forward, up, back, and down. Change direction. So I'm going to push backwards first. So backwards, up, forward, and down. So I'm just going different direction. Just think those little different parts. Back, up, forward, down. Once more. Back, forward, down. I skipped up there. Rest. Okay. A little stretch. I'm just going to bring my right arm out. And I can just hold. Don't pull really harsh here. Just a nice hold. Even just hold that position. And you can just lightly pull back on the fingers. You might feel a little stretch along your forearm here. So just hold position. Okay. Again, nothing too vigorous here. And swap sides. Left arm. So again, the hand is up. You can just lightly pull the fingers back. Always very light. I know some people might kind of wince when they see this, but just not to, you're not going to pull that position hard. Just hold nice and light. And get a nice little stretch along here. And back down. Perfect. And then just while we're at a little bit of finger mobility worth doing as well. Clench the fingers together. Spread out as far apart. So don't let the fingers drift together. Spread them apart. Clench in, spread apart as far apart as you can. Hold, back in, once more, spread apart, hold, and relax. Okay, finally with my head movements. Let me show you this from the side. My hand is in front, so hand is in front on my chin. Pull back away from your chin. Like that. So head right on my shoulders. And relax. So again, I think hand is just fingers on my chin, pull back, away. Okay, and once more, just gently pull back, looking straight ahead all the time, and relax. Okay, and finally, I'll just turn my head slowly to the right. Always really slow when it comes to the head, neck, never a sharp sudden jolt, really slow. And then just gently turn to the left. And I'll do once more in each direction, turning to the right, nice and slow. And then turning to the left, nice and slow. Perfect, okay. So just before we finish there, again, just to remind, thanks very much, first of all, for joining in the session. I hope you enjoyed it. Just let me know there in the comments or hit a couple of likes if you found that okay. Hopefully I kept it at a nice pace for you, a little bit slower and relaxed. Just to remind you of our competition, which we're running this week. So if you just take a selfie of yourself after one of the workouts, it can be mine or any of the ones during the week, leave it in the comments. And that will enter you into a competition to win a one-to-one session with a trainer of your choice. So it'll just be a session like this, but tailored just for you in your house. So that's just to launch our one-to-one sessions, which we're beginning. So just as I say again, to take a picture, leave it in the comments on any of the workouts during the week. Just a selfie of you during the workout, and that will put you into a competition to maybe win a free session in your house. So enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully the sun stays out for us. Hope you enjoyed that. I feel good after that. So hopefully you do too. And thanks very much. And I will see you again during the week. And well done, everyone on YouTube. Sorry to just throw my head in there head first. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Have a really nice day, everyone, and hopefully you enjoyed that session.